Okay, welcome back to another episode. Well, the final episode
of
Dakota Planet Student Spotlight,
Episode 42.
42,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
42 episodes.
Yeah. First episode, we're actually all on camera for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And today our special guest is our wonderful teacher, Miss
Mrs.
Sarver.
Yeah.
Hello.
And so how's teaching going so far this year?
It's better than last year in
better
some
than last
ways
year.
because I get to see everybody and we're together and it seems kind of normal. You know, there's at least the facade of normalcy where
For sure.
we're going about the routines. But I feel like some people forgot how to do school.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of people
I think the break took a toll on everybody.
Yeah, it's been.
I know
it's
for
been
the
hard.
students it was rough adjusting or jumping back to like full-on schooling. How was it for teachers on that side of
Yeah.
things?
Yeah, there was like no transition at any point. There was no transition between regular and distance learning. We just kind of did it. And then there was no transition between like last year and this year. It was like, okay, everything's messed up and we're doing this. And then at the end of the year, there was like, I had 5 kids in each class, you know, because people were streaming.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, now we're doing everything like we used to. And so there was like no gray area, which was, you know, I think hard for some students and for some teachers to find their footing again.
Yeah. So, I know the three of us know, but what classes do you teach?
I teach English 11, which is British literature, and women's history, and writing for publication, which is newspaper.
Wow. Can you go
My
in
favorite.
further in depth in
Yeah,
that
further
class?
in depth.
It's the best class ever.
Best class ever. Y'all should join.
I started it as a club. We were writing club, and then we turned into newspaper, and we were making paper copies after school from like just random kids who would show up to club. And we were doing like 1,000 copies a month. So we were doing like a monthly edition. We'd have paper copies, we'd pass them out. And then eventually we became a class and bought a website and started publishing stuff online.
What year did you make the transition to a website from?
The first year that we ran a website was 2017, 2018. So.
Is there any of those still? Are any of those articles still up? Or?
Oh yeah, they are. All those kids still have accounts. They could post whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted.
Do you still have like copies of those old paper copies? Like,
I do. I have a few, and there are some in like the shadow boxes that we have where it has like the artifacts for each like graduating class. We did not have as good a graphic as we do now, thanks to Andrew Trumpeter. Shout out to him, class of 2018, for designing our logo and all of our aesthetics.
shout out Andrew.
Shout out Andrew.
Shout out Andrew.
I don't know him, but shout
I
out.
don't know him either, but shout out Andrew. How would you say production from last year has been compared to this year?
Well, our articles are up. We wrote 500 articles. So, and that was about 20% more than we did last year. And last year we had 2 classes. So we have written considerably more this year. We've covered a lot more stories. You know, we've actually had a TV program. You guys brought it back from the dead. So that's good. We have video, which we didn't have last year. And we're cranking out content like crazy.
Yeah, I think Student Spotlight took up nearly 10% of like
Yeah.
all uploads.
Like
I think it's probably like
10% of the
8%.
productivity was student spotlight.
Yeah, because we're at like 42. And
Yeah, we're at 43, yeah.
And then if there was 500 uploads, that's like 8%.
And if I continue this after you guys are gone.
Someone check that math.
Yeah, someone check that math for us.
Yeah. We're gonna need the mathematicians out there to run that back for us. We gotta figure out the exact percent.
Since we went over classes, might as well ask, what clubs are you like involved in?
Too many, because I can never say no. I do Women's Empowerment, which is like a club where we meet and talk about women's issues and struggles, and we plan events. We had Turning Point come in. We raised money for Turning Point. We donated like $300 worth of clothing and pajamas and like gift cards at the holiday season. They came in and did a presentation on like teen dating violence, which was really cool. So we've had that group just formed this year. Next year, I had some students approach me and want to do Black Student Union, which they have at Chippewa, and they wanted to have one here. So I'll be doing that. I do writing club and NASA, the Native American Student Association. So, whoops.
It's like, is that every day of the week, I guess? Or kind of just...
Yeah.
That's
Every
a
day but
busy
Friday.
schedule,
Yeah, it's fine. The kids do it. I'm just there. Yeah, I just sponsor them.
You just kind of get to sit in and have fun.
Yeah, it's the best part.
Yeah.
At least it's not like super stressful.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of organizing for that, or?
No, the students mostly do it.
Okay.
We have e-boards, there's president, like vice president, there's a whole structure. So
basically you're just there to chaperone.
yeah, I'm there to be the adult in the room and let the kids take over, which is really what a teacher should do.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I definitely agree on that.
Mhm.
Some teachers take it a little bit too far. But yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. It is what it is. You can't change it.
Yeah, I think some people's teaching style is a little bit too like focused on not
too
really letting you,
focused.
because it's impossible to learn if you don't have any sort of experience. You know what I mean? You have to like actually,
Hands-on.
yeah, you have to like understand what you're doing.
And plus you can't work if you're like too stressed out. Because then you're focused on a whole different like group of things.
Yeah.
It does help to get a variety of experiences. Now you're gonna work for a bunch of different bosses, right? You're gonna work with different people. You know, I can give you something that another teacher can't, but I have a lot of gaps that other teachers can fulfill for you guys too, you know? So that's what well-rounded education is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're at
6 minute mark?
nearly 7 minutes here, so we're at kind of the end. So just to wrap it up, we always ask this. What's like a message you'd like to give to the audience? Like anybody watching this, whether it be a parent, a student, just like a piece of advice that you like learned from your time here.
I think it's that you are capable of more than you think you are. Especially in doing this class, seeing what kids produce, you know, given the freedom to create what they want to create, seeing the art that they create, the writing that they do, you know, like the projects that they can design and like foresee and execute on their own. It's really inspiring. So I think it's, you know, do it. Just get out there and try it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
You never really know until you try. Like,
Exactly.
because otherwise you have nothing to like base what you think you can do on.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the time you'll notice you'll be like, okay, well, I don't know, like if I were to use like exercise as an example, because I've done this a lot, I've been like, oh, I can probably do like 5 pull-ups. And then I'll go do like 10 and I'll be like, wait a second. Because you're always going to underestimate yourself, you know?
I've seen people that do that, who like Brayden said, exercise. I have some friends in there who they think they can't lift as much as they can, and so when they see like heavy weight, like if it's bench press, squat, deadlift, whatever weight it is, if they think they can't do it, they just don't even try, even though I've seen them do much more things than they give themselves credit for.
Use that for your creativity.
Yeah.
You're more creative than you think you are too.
It's always easier to sell yourself short than to like, you know what I mean?
Build yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. It's way easier. So I think a lot of people, they fall into that. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're always going to be the most important person in your life. You're always going to have, you know, the most, I don't know, you matter the most to yourself. So you should give yourself that weight, and you should
give yourself that confidence.
Yeah, exactly. People deserve confidence.
Yeah, Brayden, right? Yeah.
That's my thought process.
Alright.
But yeah, anyways, great interview. Thank you, Miss Sarver.
Yep. Wrapping up the interviews of the year.
Yep.
And, yeah. Thank you.